quite common for many students to be quite nervous about the English interview because it's not your native language and because you don't often have the opportunity to practice English with other people, other students. And so today I'm here to deconstruct the interview a little bit and to break down the questions a little bit and to give you a few examples and to give you a basic approach or mindset so that you won't be so nervous for the big day. So what does the graduate school English interview actually test? Well, basically, the most basic and simple requirement is to have a mastery of the English language. And this goes beyond just speaking ability, but also listening. So you have to carefully listen for the question that the interviewer will ask you, that the professor may ask you, and you need to be able to fully comprehend and understand what the question is asking for before you respond to it. You'll have to demonstrate the ability to talk about yourself and to show off your greatest characteristics and your features and your skills and your qualifications. So you'll have to be able to talk about your favorite courses in your undergraduate study and to be able to talk about your strengths in academia and also your personal strengths. And then you should be able to talk about why you want to attend the graduate school and what you hope to gain out of that process, that period of time. And then to be able to talk about your future, your potential, your direction. So what do you expect to be able to do and how the graduate school and the courses here and the time that you spend in graduate school, how it will help you in the future, help achieve your goals in the future. It is an opportunity for you to highlight your strengths and your abilities and your motivations, your drive, and to tell the graduate school how much you want to be there and what courses you want to take and what skills and abilities do you want to improve upon or learn and how those skills and abilities and your experiences in graduate school may help you achieve your goals in the future. Each candidate will be expected to answer a variety of questions, and they do vary from individual to individual because of our unique and diverse backgrounds and our specialties and the pace of the interview itself. But the one that everyone should be expected to answer is the most simple one, which is please give me a brief introduction of yourself. And that comes in many different forms. One of the most common ones is tell me about yourself. And so students will be expected to give a 45-second to maybe 1-minute answer about yourself. And this is usually in the form of an elevator pitch. And the elevator pitch is the basic concept of being in an elevator with somebody that you really want to impress or you really want them to remember you. And you have a limited amount of time to pitch yourself to that person, to highlight your best qualities and skills, and to give them a really good reason as to why that person should remember you. Students sometimes are unsure about what to put in the 1-minute self-introduction, and they usually default to the standard format, which is to state your full name and your major, your field of study, and the university that you matriculated from, that you graduated from. And they will tell me about their interests and hobbies, and about their favorite courses, and about simple strengths and abilities and characteristics, and personality traits, and about how they really want to attend the graduate school that they're interviewing for. And that's a fine answer to give, and that is what we see for a majority of students, and that will give me the basic information that I need to know, and it will be a good conversational starter. But the 1-minute introduction is also a golden opportunity for students to pick a topic that they really want the professor to ask about or to talk about. And so you can try to fit in a sentence that really highlights your interest in a certain field or a certain issue or a certain course that you want to take in graduate school, and something that is unique to you and will make you distinct from other students. There is a question that all candidates will be expected to answer, and that is the question regarding the purpose of study. Why are you applying to graduate school, and why this graduate school specifically? And too often do we see students who are hyper-fixated on the past achievements. They tell us about their stellar academic performance. They tell us about their club titles and their awards and their volunteer work. They tell us about their work ethic and their diligence and their organization. But top-tier schools do not lack students who have exceptional academic performances. And so what we really hope to hear, an exceptional answer, would be somebody who has a very clear understanding of their skills and abilities, of their limitations, and they have high aspirations for future goals. in their work and study. And they have done the basic minimum, which is to look up the school and to understand the resources that they offer and the classes that they offer and the skills and abilities that they hope to strengthen in this environment, and perhaps the opportunities such as traveling abroad and research opportunities and collaborations that they can be a part of in order to continue to hone their abilities and to continue to do well, not only in academics, but also in socializing and also in improving a certain set of skills that will help them succeed in the future. And they will very clearly highlight how this graduate school and how it must be this graduate school specifically that can help them achieve their goals in the future. Another type of question is regarding your short and long-term goals. And oftentimes this question is asked in the format of, where do you see yourself in 5 years' time? This is a question that should be carefully considered. It is not as simple as you would think. This is a critical thinking question. The interviewer would want to know how well you understand your current field, your field of study, and the industry that you hope to enter. Some people would give me an answer that says, I hope to be an account executive or a branch manager at a bank or an industry executive. And those are not usually reasonable answers to give, and they do not offer any steps or plans for them to achieve those goals. And so what I really want to hear is, realistically speaking, do you understand your field so well that you can give me the carefully mapped out steps that you hope to achieve within the next 5 years so that you can achieve your ideal position that you want to be at? And this includes 2 years of graduate school study. What courses do you hope to take? What abilities do you want to strengthen? What opportunities do you hope to take advantage of? And what research abilities do you hope to take advantage of as well? And then there are the plans that you hope to make once you graduate from school. Do you plan to intern? Do you plan to travel abroad? Do you hope to gain more qualifications? Maybe get a license in a certain type or a certification of any professional capacity? And once you accomplish all those things and enter into the company of your choice, if you can actually make it into the company, within the 3 years of time remaining, what sort of position are you likely to attain? And what would your responsibilities and roles be in that position? What sort of capacity would you have? And if you can fully demonstrate to me that you are very aware of your abilities and you also are very knowledgeable about the industry that you hope to enter and its current state of affairs and the likely hierarchy of roles that you can achieve in that company, then that would be a very impressive answer indeed. There are other miscellaneous elements to the English interview. This is one of the first opportunities that the professor can meet you in person. And so they just want to see that you're a normal person, a good student with high aspirations and a strong work ethic, and that you can act civilly and to treat people with respect and to speak in turn, and that you can recognize that this is a formal situation and you know how to behave, you know how to sit and to speak in turn and to regard your peers with respect. People ask me if there are shortcuts to learning English speaking, and there really are none, because in order to gain speaking skills of any language, you need to just immerse yourself in a certain environment and try to speak as much as possible. And so my recommendation is to find a peer or to find someone who has slightly better English than you, perhaps, and to just try speaking to them on a daily basis. And even if you can't, you just need to practice by yourself in front of the mirror. And you just need to speak very clearly and try your best to put on your best performance as possible. But I encourage all of my students to find an environment where they can find a native English speaker or someone with a better English speaking capacity, and to try to find a way to practice with them in any way possible. And that is the only way that you will ever improve your English speaking ability. I hope this gave you a better picture of the structure and the nature of the graduate school English interview. And I hope to see you again in the next episode to talk more about the process.